Now back to the diet. So we already discussed his the time it took him to lose the weight and then his cheat meals and stuff like that. Mentally, how hard was it mentally being on that diet, man? Being night, going out with family, going out with friends, drinking. Like how difficult was that part of it?
It was that was probably one of the most difficult things, one of the most difficult part of the diet. Being that, you know, I like to go out a lot, you know, I like to have fun. And, as far as being social and still having a life outside of my diet, you know, it was very hard. It was mentally, yes. You know, you got people that are having drinks and drinking beers and having good food, and that stuff you have to give up to. You pretty much have to give all that up to be able to get results in the long run. So yes, it was very hard. Probably the first month was probably the hardest.
It got easier as you went, though. As your body adapted to the diet and the training, like your central nervous system and everything, your metabolism started to adjust. It started becoming much more easy and apparent that it's actually doable as long as you stick with it.
Yeah, it was like I said, probably the first 3 weeks, the first 4 weeks was probably that's a make or break point. Either you're gonna make it past that, or you're just gonna fold. And though, if anybody that's trying to lose weight like that, trying to lose that much weight and that strict of a diet, that's going to be probably the hardest thing you're probably ever going to go through.
And now that you've hit your goal, your original goal was 190. You hit 190. Congratulations to you on that and sticking with it. I'm proud of you. What's your long-term goal as far as it goes for like your weight loss? Are you going to start bodybuilding? You're going to powerlift? You're going to maintain? Are you going to just be athletic? Are you going? I mean, what is your overall like life plan? Should I say to stay healthy?
Stay healthy. I'd probably say, to be honest with you, you know, everybody wants to take your shirt off at the beach and have the six-pack abs and everything like that. But for me, man, it's just more about staying healthy and just being athletic and being able to move around and wake up feeling good, having energy and stuff like that, you know. So right now, the mentality right now that I have is just more of I just want to stay fit and stay healthy and just maintain. So as later on goes, you know, it might change my mind as far as switching some things up. But as of right now, you know, I'm in the maintain process where I'm fine where I'm at.
And overall, I mean, you just feel healthier, right?
Yeah, man. Like, dude, night and day. You know, like you've told me, you know, Justin's been with me through the whole process, man. You know, as far as trying to guide me in the right direction. You know, when I need that guidance and I have that quit in me. You know, I just give him a call, and he's always there to keep me going, keep me motivated, give me that extra push and say, hey, man, you've come this far, don't quit. You know, so that's where pretty much I keep everything built up inside of me now. So
yeah, so having, I guess you could call it a buddy system or someone basically just to make you accountable for your actions, right? So if you go on it by yourself and you're mentally strong enough to do what you need to do by yourself, man, that's great, and kudos to people that can do that. But the majority of people, they need some type of reckoning for their actions. Otherwise, they need some type of accountability. And for Stevie, the accountability was myself. You know, I didn't charge him for any training or dieting or nutrition. I just basically told him, don't waste my fucking time. You know, I'll help anyone for anything. Just don't waste my fucking time. You know, do what I ask you to do and just get the results. That's my enjoyment out of it, right? I'm not money hungry or anything of the sort. I just want to see people attain their goal. You know, the satisfaction for me seeing people attain that. Like now, Robert, I don't know if y'all can hear him banging shit around there. He's still training him. We'll get a video with him probably later on. And it's just one of those things, man. I like watching people succeed. And Stevie, by far, man, he was the most dedicated. He called me. He'll call me in the middle of the fucking night. Hey, bro, hungry. Can I eat this or can I eat that, man? Talk me down off this fucking cliff. And, you know, you got to have someone there that can support you, whether it's your wife, friend, brother, sister, doesn't matter. You have to have someone there sometimes, man. It's like an addict. People that say, oh, well, you know, I'm addicted, you know, I'm addicted to heroin or alcohol or drugs, and some people look down on them, but everyone's addicted to something no matter how you look at it. And food is a big fucking addiction because it's needed, it's necessary for life, and it's easy, it's relatively available. So changing your habits and your diet is extremely hard. And people that say, "Oh, I'm not addicted to anything," or "I'm not weak-minded," well, fuck, try to go on a diet. We'll see how addicted you are. So it's good to have someone there to kind of talk you down off that cliff whenever you're feeling weak in that state of like, fuck, I just need to eat something.
Yeah.
I just need to eat something, because those feelings will pass.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like an addict. When you eat it, you feel like shit afterwards, and you think about what you did. At least when you have a goal in mind of what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And Stevie had that goal. Now he's hit it, man. He's able to eat what he wants. I mean, he still diets, he still trains and everything, but for the most part, he eats what he wants to eat, a burger or whatever else, and there's no consequences from it. He hit his goal, and now he can maintain it. Life's easier, it's better, it's healthier.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier now. But like for people that are trying to lose a massive amount of weight, you know, it's something that it's very hard. It's not something that you can just sit there and snap your fingers and say, "Hey, I can do this." No, it'll make or break you. It's probably, that's like I said. I've never done anything harder than this.
Okay, so last thing from the diet, and we'll talk a little bit about the training. Whenever you were on the diet, your first impression was you were going to be eating less food.
Yeah.
Right. And whenever I would adjust your diet, we always adjusted it up.
Yeah, we increased it.
Right. So we always increased the food.
Yeah.
And increasing the food, was it harder to eat in the beginning every time I increased your food?
In the beginning, it was. In the beginning, it was very hard. It would be so full. You feel like you were so full that you could just throw it all up. But it looked like a lot at the time. But now that we go back at it and look, it's, you know, I would eat it and I'd feel so full, but then 10 minutes, 15 minutes go by and I'm like, man, I'm hungry again. You know, so.
Yeah, so we started Stevie off eating 3,200 calories a day. Towards the end of it, I want to say about 3/4 of the way through, we had him up to almost 4,300 calories. We had him a little over 1,000 calories more than what we actually started him off at.
Yeah.
He was eating 6 times a day in fairly large portions for his size. And most people, including himself and his wife, was like, what the fuck? How are you losing weight eating more food? You're supposed to be losing weight. Why the fuck why is he increasing your food? And why are you eating more?
Yeah.
But you're losing weight? I don't understand it. A lot of people don't understand dieting. A lot of people don't understand training and the way the body works. And Stevie, over this journey, I didn't just tell him what to do. I taught him. I explained to him. You know, I coached him through it. You know, because when at the end of it, I don't want to have to sit there and hold his hand and have him continuously coming back to me. Not that I mind it, but I want him to be able to go on his own and judge for himself what's good and what's not and what's bad and what's healthy. Because at the end of the day, like if I was money hungry, I'd be like, no, I'm gonna teach you as little as possible, so you have to come to me to pay me for my time. Yeah. I don't do that bullshit. You know, I wanted him to understand the ins and outs of it. Now he got it and he understands it. Now he's better equivalent of picking and choosing when he goes out. Because I mean, shit, whenever we started actually really drawing your weight in, we started pulling your food back. I mean, we dropped you about 1,000 calories, so we brought him back to what he was originally eating, and the weight just fucking fell off of him. I mean, it was a short process of 13 weeks, but we built his appetite up, got his metabolism where it needed to be, and we just fucking crushed it. And we try to keep exercising and cardio to a minimum. Now onto that, as far as it goes for the training, man, how hard was the training and the cardio?
Oh man, that was probably the hardest I've ever done. As far as I've never done anything like that. I mean, for me, it was wake up at 3 a.m. I was at the gym by 3:30 in the morning, go work out, and then go to work for 10 hours, you know, and then go home and go to sleep and do it all over again, repetition, you know. So that was the hardest. Like, I mean, I don't recommend anybody going to the gym in the morning, but if you have the willpower, then by all means do it.
Yeah. Well, we've all been short on time, and we've all had, you know, to pick and choose our battles and shit like that. For Stevie, it was most logical to go in the mornings, and he was getting up pretty easy and everything. And whenever it came to your training, we started you off with very little reps, very little exercises.
Very little exercises, very little reps.
And then we slowly built you up to a typical bodybuilding routine.
To pretty much, typical bodybuilding routine.
Now on cardio, we had you doing the Stairmasters the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your cardio sessions and what you did for your cardio and how long it took you to build up and everything like that, so people kind of get a better idea of what we're doing.
Cardio, you know, when I started at 15 minutes of cardio. That was in the beginning. You know, we did that for 3 weeks, 15 minutes of cardio. And then after the 3 weeks, we jumped it up to 20 minutes of cardio. And then we did that for, 2 weeks, I believe? And then we jumped it up again to 25 minutes.
Well, it was 3 weeks, every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks, every 3 weeks we jumped it. So we jumped it up to 20 minutes of cardio for 3 weeks, and then we did it again after 3 weeks to 25 minutes of cardio. And we kept jumping up, all the way to 45 minutes? Yeah. We went all the way to 45 at my 13th. On my 13th week, that was the crunch time. I had to hit that goal that week. I was hitting 45 minutes of cardio, just straight Stairmaster the whole time. No other cardio besides the Stairmaster. And as far as building myself up from 15 to 20 to 25 to 30 to 35 to 40 to 45, the first 15, 20, yeah, that was probably the hardest because my heart rate was still kind of weak, and I was still out of shape and everything. But once I got to 25 to 30, it was good. I was able to push through and keep going and maintaining and keep pushing forward more. So the cardio definitely was a make or break point as well too. So I mean that was a lot of cardio in that short of time.
Yeah, and then every time we increase this cardio, every 3 weeks we would increase his food. You need fuel, right?
Yeah.
A car can't drive without gas. Yeah. A truck can't pull without fuel. The bigger your weight, the bigger your workload. If you have a pickup truck, you can go a lot farther on an empty bed.
Yeah.
You load that payload down. It takes more fuel to go a shorter amount of distance because it's a heavier strain, right? Yeah. Whenever you have a gooseneck and you're fifth wheeling a gooseneck, it takes more fuel to pull that heavy load. Same thing, Stevie's trying to lose weight, but you have to give your body the fuel that's required to be able to maintain that type of output. So if I had him eating lettuce and fucking tuna, trying to do 45 minutes of cardio a day, and training all that exercise, his central nervous system, his body would have crashed. He would have lost nothing and gained nothing. He would have been running in place. He would have been a clock on the wall, right? Yeah. Always moving, but never going anywhere until he burned himself out. So we didn't do that. We increased his food, we increased his output, and that gave him the fuel he needed to do his workouts. Yeah. The better you eat, and the more you eat, the more fuel you have to power your workouts to get through them, right? So your workouts are stimulus. Yeah. Right? Your food is your fuel. Yeah. It's hand in hand. It's not 30 this, 70 that, 60 this, 40 this. It's 100% diet. It's 100% training. It takes both in sequence to get something out of what you want out of it. Yeah. And Stevie figured that out. After 4 weeks, whenever he saw the amount of weight he lost in 4 weeks, he was like, whoa, fuck, I get it. Yeah. Teach me more. I need to know. And he stuck with it, and he plowed through it. Now we brought his cardio all the way back. You're doing what? How much cardio right now? 15?
20 minutes of cardio.
20 minutes a day. When we first started his food, like I said, we're at 3,200 calories. We got him 32, 33, all the way up to 4,300 calories a day. His meat increased dramatically. When we got to the end of it, he was eating 11 ounces of meal. Yeah. 6 meals a day of meat, of solid fucking meat. Yeah. I mean, he was eating some food, and you look at his size to my size, and you don't think, oh, there's no way he's going to be eating that much of food with 8 ounces of carbs per meal and losing weight to get to his size. That looks like something more of a diet I would eat. Okay, if I eat that much of food, I'll shrivel up. Okay, because my metabolism trains so high. Now I know I carry a lot of body fat, but I train extremely hard, and I have a heavy output, so I need a lot of calories to maintain my size. Right? Stevie's eating the amount of calories he needs to maintain his size and losing weight. Right? You have to figure out the ratio and the balance of either gaining weight and losing weight. And once you figure that out, everything else is downhill. It's very simple from there. You just have to know what you're eating and how much. Stevie's learned this over time. He's successfully hit his goal, and he's continuing to push. Yeah. So we're going to see where it takes him. And I got some before and after pictures of him we're going to put up, shit like that. Yeah, man. Get that posted. Right on, brother. So, good work, man.